All right, guys, I'm so excited. Guess what? Oh, sorry for the mess. All right, guys, and we're back. And yes, my clutter is all gone. And welcome to Paradiso de la Cams or whatever. I'm just trying to be funny, but yeah, I may be a little sweaty. I mean, I'm hot for two reasons. No, of course, as I said before, I'm in a tropical country. This is Jamaica. We're getting down to the summertime, so wow, it's crazy. The next reason, I'm having my presence one of the hottest pieces of tech that has been out for the past 4 months or so. Now, if you guys have been watching my previous videos, y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. Guys, I'm sweating here. It's hot. This thing is hot and it is heavy as hell. Yeah. You guys are going to see why. Whew. Damn. Alright, guys, I'm sweating like crazy. Also because of how excited I am for this girl. But for the rest of this video, I'm actually going to do a voiceover because it is crazy hot right now, especially with the lights, and have to close the doors and everything, and tropical climate. AC isn't working right now, so I'll be doing a voiceover for the rest. Still gonna be excited, but you know, you guys just bear with me with this one. All right, of course you guys know what time it is. Handy dandy, trusty, bright orange, old but reliable box cutter. Let's get into this. Alright, guys, so after all that madness, on to the main event. These are exciting times, trust me. Yeah, that crazy ass face. So yeah, back into the box, which yeah is apparently part of another box. So on to box number 2, the main box. Guys, it was hot, trust me. It hot, trust me. But yeah, man, guys, let's get back in. Now, I realize that the instructions to open the box is actually right there on the side, but at this point, who cares, right? So, going in, greeted by the first piece of cardboard and the controller. Look at that sexy piece of plastic. It's like a reverse Oreo sandwich, just like the system. Look at it. Beautiful. Big. Just melts in your hands. Shapely. Trust me, guys. I love it. Yeah. And the manuals, I mean, who needs that? Good tinder for fire, right? Yeah, throwing that aside. So, moving on, and yeah, everybody needs this power cord, which I just dropped by accident. It's the AC power cord. The actual power supply is a part of the system itself internally. And, well, further into the belly of the beast, tossing that aside. And well, we're greeted by the USB cord for the controller. Well, to charge any peripheral, really. It's USB type C to USB type A, which plugs into the USB 3.0 ports on the system. So there's me testing it in the controller itself. That's how it fits in. Fairly stable. And they actually juiced up the controller a bit, so a little power there. Right? Can't contain the excitement. Alright, they also included a USB, well, USB HDMI 2.1 for to enable up to 4K 120 frames per second. And there is the stand. The clever engineers actually included a stand, which is excellent value. Allows you to mount it in both vertical and horizontal position. Now when you twist it, you're supposed to see a screw. There it is, which goes right in that hole right there that you see. That is actually to mount it vertically, and now it's back in the horizontal position. You guys will see how we mount that later on. Yeah, another tinder for fire. Throwing that aside for the bonfire later. And there she is, guys, right in the belly of the beastly box. And she's huge. Like, seeing her in person, she's huge. Reaching right in there, grabbing her out. She heavy just as much as she looks big. And taking her out carefully. Didn't come all this way to drop her. And actually fairly robust and simple packaging. Just giving it a little test right there. And of course more tinder for fire. Well, wouldn't burn that. Well, yeah, it's all biodegradable. And goodbye box. Goodbye. Tired of your ass now. Moving on. It's time, guys. It is time. Oh yes. Let's look at that, guys. Look at those curves. It's like a sports car, like a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. Just feels just as good rubbing your hands over, and just still can't get over how huge she is. That's her in a vertical position without the stand. Just look at that monolith, beautiful white reverse Oreo structure. It's beautiful, guys. A real work of art. So having a look at the ports at the back, there's the AC proprietary port, the HDMI port, the Ethernet port, and the two USB type A USB 3.0 ports, which allow up to 500 or so megabytes per second. That's how the bottom looks. And now moving on, showing you the front. That's the disk drive, because this is the disk version. That's the eject button, the power button, and the USB type C port and the USB type A port, which it has a lightning beside it, so mostly used to charge controllers, but you can use any one. I hear it's slower than the one at the back, but yeah, she heavy, guys. Heavy and huge. She's a real big girl. So that's, yeah, how she looks beside my head. I have a pretty big head, and she's more or less twice the size of that, so you guys have an idea. Yeah, I'm a silly guy, but just to give you a feel of that. Showing some love. Alright, guys, so there she is in all of her glory. Apologies again, still a little hot, but there she is. She is a big girl. Look at her. PS5, PS4 Pro. I thought she was big, but look at this side by side. And I showed you guys how she looks against my head. It doesn't mean what you think that is. But anyway, guys, she's huge, right? So what I'm going to do next, I'm actually going to put her together, and you guys may see a bit of the process. Unfortunately, I don't have the equipment to give you a top-down view, but I mean, you guys are going to be here for the ride. Full on put together, full on setup. At the very least, you guys will see the screen, see what's going on while I'm setting it up. Maybe not, because there may be personal info involved, but we're doing this together. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, guys, so next is setup. Alright, got my screwdriver here, flathead. Reason why I have this now is because the stand, you know, there's a reason why they give this to you. Right? Do not ignore it, do not throw it out, do not just put your system on a flat disk like this, because it is not stable. It's not even wobbling as much because, well, it's on a fuzzy carpet. Thanks, Bay. You really fix up the area. Also, I'm giving her credit for changing the camera angle. she's embarrassed right now, but I'm actually grateful. Still sweating, it's hot. But yeah, don't ignore this. It's very important. You don't want the system to topple over when you're moving your desk or something right after you get it. Now, there's two ways to use it, to orient it in either the vertical position, like so, or the horizontal position. Now, as you can see, my play area is set up. There isn't much clearance, there's not much space behind the TV, so putting it vertical behind it wouldn't be the best idea, especially since my TV swivels. It may knock it over or smush it against the wall. We don't want that. So I'm going to do it horizontal. There's enough clearance. I mean, if Alexa is quite fine, although it's pretty much nobody call the Alexa boy. There's probably just a
I don't know that.
Yeah, ignore her. No.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Go away, Alexa.
Sorry. This might not be what you want to hear, but I'm just not sure what I did wrong. To help me, please say. I have
I'm
feedback.
not cutting this out. Anyway, guys, so for the name which I shall not call, there is about a few millimeters space there. I was sort of pretty exact with it to give it a more clean look, but that's actually gives this a lot of clearance, probably about an inch or so between the TV and the top of this big girl here. So we're going to be using it in the horizontal position. Now, Sony, those clever engineers, actually made this can turn two ways, right? Now, there is a screw back here. This. Now you use this when you put it in the vertical position. Pretty much when you lock it for the screw, this is it, how it should look. Where, you know, this elevated area is in line with this for the vertical position. Because this actually fits somewhere under, it fits like this. Alright, the hooks, grab it right back here. And there's a little, oh god, this girl's heavy. A little stopper right here that you want to take out for the screw. But we won't be needing this. We're going to be turning it back. When I get this right. There it goes, into the horizontal position. And it again, the clever engineers have marked where it should be hooked on by these little, well, I don't know if you can see it, these markers here. They're X squares and triangles and X's. Anyways, in the center of the back of the console where you place the two hooks in. That's pretty much how it looks underneath. It looks like it's off center, but it really isn't. As you can see, the system is pretty, well, oddly shaped. I'm really sweating, guys. It is hot out here. I don't even want to imagine summer. Yeah, so this is how it looks. It's a little off center. The heavier side is down where the support is, but it pretty much fills the gap where the uneven surface is, as you can see. So it lays flat on the table. I will not be moving this mat because this table is not exactly pretty. It's for my eyes only. You guys won't be seeing that mess. The years of abuse this table has gotten, but she's still sturdy as ever. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to proceed to actually just plug her up and then do some data transfers. Most of the games that I actually own are digital. I actually wanted the digital system. However, you think this was hard to get. The other one was like, I don't even want to know it. It's like it doesn't even exist. I have a feeling Sony is actually lying that that thing exists on the market, because you can't get it. You ain't gonna get it. You nah get it. Say it in some Jamaican right here. So this is one I have. It has a disk drive, as you can see. However, I'll rarely ever be using this. I probably bought 2 discs the whole PS4 generation. So I'll just be transferring more or less my save data. Everything else is on the cloud. I'll download what I want back from PlayStation Store, and yeah, that's it. Especially with this small hard drive. I think I say a terabyte, but I think you only have 600 and something gigabytes. It's crazy, but they're supposed to be releasing an update later on for you to use that external, well, not external, but that extra slot for a NVMe solid state hard drive. Well, those things may be expensive when they come out, but we'll figure that out when that happens. Until then, I have most of the games that I care about, which are the more recent ones that I've downloaded right here, and that will be enough for me to get started. Otherwise, from that, you guys will be seeing gameplays and reviews for the more high profile PlayStation 5 games, and more than likely I'll be downloading those as well. I may borrow Spider-Man from a good friend of mine. And not to mention, just remembering, that friend of mine is actually the brother of my close childhood friend who actually came through for me and got this girl for me. Jamaican Gamer, you guys can check him out. I'll leave his channel in the description below. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him, we would not be here today. Good looking out, man. And also, I'd also like to big up MD Couriers. They came through for me. If any of you guys are in Jamaica, they are, I mean, they may not be the fastest, but I will say they're the most cost effective shipping company here in Jamaica. I mean, trust me, I got a deal on getting this girl out here. And yes, bae, you are the woman of my life. She's just the girl that I play with. Not cutting that out. Yeah, big up MD Couriers. Thanks. I mean, I even got it faster than I thought it would, within a week and a couple of days. You know, so you guys really came through. So check them out, guys. So yeah, let's start setting her up. Alright guys, so on to the setup. Look at that clearance. Perfect. So yeah, we taken out the old girl now, and we're actually trying to copy the data using the LAN connection, connecting both of them by the LAN ports. Now that was an epic fail, but you guys will see later on. So it is time for her maiden voyage. First power on and go. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but she's up. And look at that theatric startup, guys. I mean, they really outdid themselves. Look at all those particle effects. Welcome to next gen, guys. Welcome to next gen. But yeah, we're in. She's up and running, and we're greeted with the controller screen. We'll now plug in the USB type C into the controller itself, and then the USB type A side into the front of the system. Now we press the power button to activate it, sync it and everything. Now that's the English, mother language, connection setup, and adjusting the play area. Also we adjust HDR. There's 3 stages to it. The menu and everything is actually HDR, which is awesome. That's something new. And they also ask you to insert a game disc if you have one on hand. That's not the case now, so skipping that. Set the time zone. Moving on. That's 3 different power options. You guys can pause and have a look. Of course, the terms and license agreement. Update the system, but I'm skipping that for now. I'll leave that for later. Create a username. Data collection, you know, everything these days asks for that. And now welcome to PS5, guys. Welcome to next gen. This is the initial startup screen. It's a little sparse, but all that will be loaded in the background. So now we'll just sign into PSN, Of course, you guys will not be seeing all of this. That's for my eyes only. So yeah, I'm done. I'm fully signed in. All my security features are set up, and welcome to next gen, guys. Now we're going back in now to see how we can try and do that data transfer. Yeah, so here it is. We tried it, and guess what? Epic fail. So what happened was it really wasn't working with the Ethernet to Ethernet port connection. Yeah, didn't know what the hell was up with that. So how I fixed that was I actually plugged them both into my router to get the fastest and most stable connection, and there you have it. Voila, success. Success, guys. So there we are. I'm just copying over my save data for now because like I said earlier on, I have all that I need on my external hard drive. So that was pretty quick and painless, especially with the solid state drive in the system itself. And she does a quick restart. And there she is, up and running, up and gunning pretty quickly with that SSD and new IO. Now, I actually did the update, which you guys didn't really need to see that. It happens automatically. You can't miss it. And there you have it. As you can see, there's more things loaded after a fresh restart and a fresh update. Alright guys, so that's it. That was the setup. Now I had to cut out a bit of it, you know, for obvious reasons. Personal information, logging into my PSN account, certain other things, but that's a given. All in all though, it was pretty painless. I would say it was more or less the same in setting up my PS4 Pro at the time. The data transfer is pretty seamless. There was a little glitch, as you can see, whereas for some reason I connected it via the LAN Ethernet ports on both systems and I wasn't getting a connection. I don't know why, but I mean, it is what it is. It didn't work. So for the fastest connection over the network, I connected both my PS4 Pro and my PS5 to my router by the Ethernet cables. Yeah, so I mean, that's it for the setup process. I will be, well, she's upside down, selling the old girl pretty much immediately. So if anyone is interested, of course you can hit me up in the comments below or on Instagram as well, you know, and yeah, let's have a chat, let's negotiate. Well, as you can see, she's brand spanking new pretty much. I take care of my things. I've only had her for about 2 years. Well, 2017, not 2 years. The time is going so fast. That's about 4 years now, coming on to 4 years. But yeah, I mean, she's in pristine condition, no scratches. Yeah, beautiful. So let's have a chat in the comments, and yeah, let's do this. I will be doing some, of course, gameplay reviews and playthroughs for you guys. I'm gonna check out this Astro's Playroom here. I hear good things about it in terms of how well it pretty much gives you the whole rundown of the control, you know, give you a test ride with the haptic feedback, all the little nuances with the vibrating motors in the triggers, or they call them adaptive triggers, and all the new fancy features this controller has. I mean, well, the old controller sort of put it down over there, but as a matter of fact, give me a second, let me show you guys comparison. Hey guys, so here's the PS4 controller. It has these designs on it because, you know, it is the special edition, Star Wars special edition. That's my Pro, and this is the new one. Here they are together. And I mean, this is a little bigger, but I mean, for good reasons. It pretty much melts in your hands. It actually makes this one feel sort of cheap and old. But I'm loving this so far, and as I go through Astro's Playroom, get to play around with it a bit, I'll let you guys have some feedback on what I think in terms of how it feels, and you guys will be the first to know. Well, from me. This system has been out for 4 months. That's how long I've been trying to get it. But thank you, Jamaican Gamer, yet again. I don't know how many times I've done a shout out to you, but go looking out, bro. That's it, guys, and stay tuned for my playthrough of Astro's Playroom. Thanks for tuning in.